Hey guys, how's it going? Hopefully, you guys are doing very well today. I want to talk about the whole Damar Hamlin situation that happened last night. I was watching the game as it was going on live. It was one of those rare Mondays where I was actually off because of a holiday, and I was watching the game, and it was a very anticipated game. Like, this was a very, very big game because this could possibly determine the number one seed going into the playoffs. I'm a massive Buffalo Bills fan, been a Buffalo Bills fan ever since I was in fifth grade, and really happy how the team has been developing over the past 3 or 4 years. And the safety, Damar Hamlin, went in for a hit, and he got hit sort of like in his neck area and went down. Now, for the longest time, we didn't know exactly what was going on. And then when we saw the team kind of crowd around, my fiance, who is a nurse, is like, I think they're giving him CPR. That's why they got everything kind of hidden. The whole team is around him and everything. And then, sure enough, as things were progressing and we saw the whole ambulance come out, we found out that they were trying to give him CPR for 3 minutes. We didn't know the real reason what was going on. So I kind of just wanted to talk about the situation. Sorry, I'm still getting over a cold, so I'm going to have a cough every now and then. But it was definitely a scary situation going on the field, and I hope Damar. He's a young guy. I hope all the best for him. I see people sending death threats to the person who hit him on the field, which I just think is absolutely outrageous. I think a lot of stuff that is going on right now on Twitter is just absolutely outrageous. I don't get like some of the things people are saying, like people who never even seen football, can't even name a player outside of Tom Brady in the sport of football, are chiming in with opinions that they have really no business chiming in about. People that don't know anything about the sport. It was a clean hit. He was the defender, he was the safety. Damar was the safety. It was a clean hit. It was just one of those things that it's a freak accident, and it's an unfortunate accident. And we pray for this young man, and hopefully that he will get better very, very soon. And he's fighting for his life right now. And we as individuals should be sitting here and concerned about his well-being rather than placing the blame on the person that hit him or how he got hit, or because we see this stuff in the NFL. The NFL is a very, very violent sport. Football is a very, very violent sport. Doesn't matter if you're playing pee-wee, high school, college, NFL, pro level, doesn't matter, Canadian League, does not matter. It's a very, very violent sport, and sometimes accidents do happen. I've seen a lot of people criticize the NFL, like, you need to go ahead and just cancel the game. Oh, they're trying to get them to warm up after 5 minutes. And I think a lot of people, again, who don't know anything about football is chiming in, and they really don't have any knowledge on the situation. At that particular time, no one really knew what was going on. This was something that never happened before. There is no playbook, no rule to tell you how to proceed when going through. This is a big, big engine, and when there's something that happens like this, you kind of have to play it by ear. So all the people really attacking the NFL, I think, is very classless. Like, I understand, like, it's a situation and they ended up canceling the game for the better, but for the people just attacking the NFL going, oh yeah, they just wanted them to warm up for 5 minutes and go back out there, I think at the initial point, but no one knew exactly what the actual concern was going forward, like how severe the situation actually is. I just think it's funny how this thing happened and the NFL is being attacked and being scrutinized as the bad guy from people that don't know anything about the sport, anything about the business. But yet people like Vince McMahon is idolized when Owen Hart died in the ring and they continued with the pay-per-view. Owen Hart fell, 50 feet from the rafters and snapped his neck on the ring post, and they rushed him to the hospital. He died, yet they continued on with the pay-per-view. But people idolize Vince McMahon, when he did something like that. But when something in real world situation would not, wrestling is fake, but what happened to Owen Hart was 100% real. And I 100% blame Vince McMahon for continuing that pay-per-view. And I think he handled that whole situation awful. But I just think it's funny how people idolize Vince McMahon for something that is way worse a situation, when you had something like this that has never happened before in the NFL. It wasn't a dirty hit. It wasn't an illegal hit. It was just a freak, tragic accident, unfortunately. And for anyone who's wishing harm on the Cincinnati Bengals player because of this, I think it is just asinine, and I think you don't have a clue. I've seen a lot of people that I like to call the Karens of the world come out on social media and attacking this player and attacking the NFL without actually having knowledge of what's going on. It isn't like the NFL is like, oh, just play and don't care. They care about the well-beings of the player, but they also have to, like, there's a big machine and you have to shut it off, right? You got to understand that there's millions and billions of dollars being poured into advertisement, television time. The fact that these were two important games to go into the like the playoff picture and how this is going to affect the other games. And I understand at the end of the day, there's a young man fighting for his life and none of that is relevant. But at the same time, you still have to figure out what's going on. My mom passed away a few months ago, like 3-4 months ago. Stage 4 cancer. She passed away, and my brother and my sister were very upset, and I was very upset as well. I was very mostly upset as well. But I had to be the person in the family to figure out, what are we doing next? What's the next steps? I have to sign the papers and take my mom off life support. I'm the one that has to figure out how we're going to get her cremated, what we're going to do with her body, what's next for the line. The NFL is not being insensitive. It's just you have to have people in place to figure, okay, what's next going forward. That doesn't mean what happened to Damar is any less tragic. It's just that there's levels and it's more complex than people think. You just can't do a certain thing and think that's going to be it. Hopefully that makes sense. That analogy makes a little sense. But I've seen a lot of people out there that are criticizing the NFL, criticizing the Cincinnati Bengals player for the hit, that don't know the first thing about the sport, the business, any of it. At the end of the day, we have a young man who is doing the thing that he loves, and now he's fighting for his life, and we have to just send our prayers and hope that this young man gets better soon. And that's really the only thing that we need to be concerned about. Poking, the fingers, pointing, this person to blame, screw the NFL, blah, blah, blah. That is not what we need to be focusing on as a community, right? We need to be focused on the person who is fighting for their life right now, and hopefully he pulls through. So that's just my thoughts on it, guys. I want to thank you guys for watching. As you know, I've been going through a lot myself lately, but thank you guys so much for everything. I love each and every one of you guys. You guys have a great day. Stay safe, guys.